Hey, let's 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 get ready, y'all. Hey, Georgia, me, evolution. All right, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready to get this evening started. I'm excited. I am just overjoyed. I am ready to hear where origin meets evolution. Tonight, we have first up bringing the prowls of his writings, Mr. Witz, the poet. Let's go, Mr. Witz.
Can y'all hear me well?
Yes.
Yes, we hear you.
Thank y'all for joining us tonight. I hope y'all enjoy this vibe. This first piece is entitled The Hero Inside My Villainy. It's not every day you can be a superhero, although those around you may often need one. It's wild how when they look up to you, they still miss all the deeds you've done, sacrifices you've made for their well-being, all the times you put your life at stake, placing yourself in danger to lower the plausible rate of their mistakes. It's as if the world has a misunderstanding of what it means, this responsibility, what it takes to put on a mask to disguise your social instability. See, all they see is your upright posture, positioned for another combat, ready to take out the bad guy, never giving consideration to how you can be that. I started out snatching criminals in the back of the alley, dressed in night to be a flex, beating their face and taking their bread, the lassos of truth around their neck. I was told the only thing out late was evil, wickedness, waiting inside the darkness. It's heroic how tough the dark is when you're going inside someone else's pockets. Because fear never had a confident poker face, outdone by a thief's surprise. When all you hear is an eerie voice, and all you see is execrable eyes. But light shined on living in the shadows can remove all that you may try to hide. It's crazy to think that lacking a pistol never kept me from giving it a try. Being that guy is a game of chance. So I took on the Sandman, wanting to pound me to death with more dust than I could physically move. Though flooding the neighborhood with boy and white girl was never truly aspirational. When it comes to putting food on the table, there wasn't much of a decision to be made. So I stopped stealthing the wall to strike in the night and started counting my mission by the completed plays. I learned the hard way how working for somebody is still the same risk as you working for yourself. The threats, the time you get if you're caught slipping, I might as well be moving packages for myself. So I faced off against Doc Ock with all his arms, him wanting to hold the power of the sun with all his metal He never found a shoulder big enough to keep atop of one. I guess his vision of sunning the world was bigger than any hole he could put in a body. Though his words felt 10 times my own weight, so I never took his threatening myself lightly. I fought off many demons, the narcissism of a sinister man I'll just call the Green Goblin, the evil that envied whispering his ear for years must have been giving him problems. See, he wanted to blow me up, to expose to the world all he thought he knew about. Somewhere inside of our encounters, he swore to find the secret in my identity. These frenemies befriended me with the mindset of capitalizing off of being a friend to me. They taught me friends can be the friendliest before they become your best enemies. But the message inside my poetry rerouted our egotisms back towards our unity. Was it brave of me to mug a man as it was of me to drug an entire community? Some of you may see me as a villain, but to those I've impacted, I'm nothing short a hero. Some view me as living life 100, while others view me as a complete zero. Though neither of the two held me to the depth of bettering or worsening the world for someone else. Every stage of being a spider sense tingling, I was simply trying to save myself from all the things my environment eats, psychologically and or physically killing me. Come to think of it, I wasn't much of a good dude. I was merely seeking a hero inside my villainy.
Y'all better put up some hearts, some comments, or something. The hero inside of his villainy. Woo! Yes, 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 yes. Let's get it. All right. That's what we like to see. All right. Again, welcome, welcome for those who have just joined us. Welcome to this amazing space. This is the space where granny boys, Mr. Wits and granny boys, and Mr. Rap is Poetry comes together with anime, sci-fi, and comics that will collide through their words. Y'all ready for some more poetry? Y'all can unmute and say yeah. I want to hear yeah. Y'all ready for some more poetry? Somebody unmute and say yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Let's get it, big brothers.
All right. Well, let's get ready for some more poetry. Next up, we have my brother, Artie Foxx. Rap is poetry, y'all.
How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Hopefully y'all feeling good. Let me get my camera straight. I can't really see my face. All right. First of all, welcome everybody who came today. I appreciate y'all coming, showing love. But I'm gonna get right into it though. Um, Way before cartoons and anime, I was always a little weird. I mean, I thought I had powers before I could inspire. I mean, I literally thought I could fly as a little kid. I mean, days where I was mad, and I didn't have a dad, so I'd go in the backyard and use whatever I had. I mean, jumping off of the porch, I mean, off of the gate. I couldn't wait till after school. I mean, everything I could do, I even throw on my skates and flow, because flying is what I thought I could do. I mean, I just want to fly. I swear I'm going to try. I want to see clouds now. I had a pair of wings. I lost them in my dreams. But I think like that Baby Genius movie I grew up in, I just don't know how now. I mean, running around my house as fast as my little feet could move, a head start, I jump off the bed part. Either way, folks in my family knew just what I was about to do. It was dun, dun, dun. I mean, thinking wind was blowing nonstop under my wings, a bird's eye. Even my words fly. I took crazy flights in my dreams. But at this moment right now, y'all could cry. I mean, letting me down. I can't get up a tree now. When did I stop learning how to fly? I mean, walking, it was the past to me. I don't care if I ran, because in my head, you'd come last to me. I mean, because flying or me trying with all my might, I knew it. This feeling, it lasts to me. I mean, skies always thought to be the limits. Only when I looked, there was no one who looked or resembled me in them. So to think I could dream or I could stop and my dreams wouldn't finish, I mean, it took the feeling out of the ceiling, and instead, I got comfortable just kneeling. I mean, I prayed over 1,000 times while I zoned out about how dope I could be, and it's clouds upon my face. I mean, sightseeing beyond the sun. I'm not sure if folks could even see me fade off right in front of them. I could literally touch space. I mean, I think it was the jokes or people around me most times started losing hope. Thoughts of them actually soaring without me, well, they couldn't actually cope. Because of that, my little bird wings, they actually broke. So flying became like me lying. And of course, those wings also started to poke. I mean, I'm not placing the blame on my family because I think that'd be lame. I mean, either way, I start to cry. I mean, figuring out that it was generational, not being able to fly.
Yo, that was dope.
They say I came from humble beginnings, a family that didn't have much. But my uncle always told me that I was rich simply because I had one, a family, which didn't always feel that way. Mom and dad separated when I was young. If not for siblings, I probably wouldn't know what it means to be counted on. When I was a kid, it was easier to make friends. I may have had a hint of aggression. The time my stepdad put his hands on my mother exposed me to a killer's intention. But I wasn't a child driven by revenge. Anger didn't suit my daily routine until the day it slipped into me through an accidental giving loss of memory. Ain't it funny how falling on your head can leave you pissed? How not knowing who you are can really set you off? Picture waking up in a hospital bed with no avail to how you got there at all. It's heavy as an adamantium skeleton, something sure to stick to your bones. You'll rip out the tubes connected to you before you check to see if everything's where it belongs. Wasn't long after I came home, they made me out to be a weapon, one whose ability to commit harm didn't appear within a reflection, but inside lied an undoubtable means to bring about a type of destruction. With proper guidance, I'm sure I could have been used for some sort of reconstruction. but I broke a few faces with these here knuckles. Wars I fought in concrete jungles. Aggression had a place more fitting for me than being humble. It wasn't long before I needed to chase my alcohol with the taste of blood. My rage made off with liquid courage till I figured out to get it out of the mud. Cigar smoke, the only thing that could keep my bite back. I guess I was always one with fanging teeth. Amazing how a cloud streaming a mouth could tame an inner beast. Not often enough to keep the weapon found in me from escaping the separation between my knuckles, the blades of furiosity that superseded my sentiments for being any kind of humble, making me want to tear some shit apart. And I don't mean punching holes in a wall. My clenched fist wanting to meet with a cheek, nose, or mouth bone to bone. Being subdued was never this hard until I had to defend the honor of my family. A bull breathing that had me standing over whoever I took on as an adversary. The imaginary lines drawn in communication that ended relationships once they were crossed. At times it was me, although I can say there weren't many days I took a loss. At some point, you get tired of being the misplaced anger brewing inside of someone else. My ability to fight, mistaken for a passion. Or was it the plan because they made me a weapon? I remember the times I had to take a punch to the face just to find myself upset. I wasn't always angry enough to fight. That's when I needed a push towards the ledge. Some days I just wished to find my peace. Other days I felt like a bomb-wielding Zeppelin. But what am I to expect? After all, they made me out to be a weapon.
I don't know where gifted at, but that was crazy to me. That was crazy. I couldn't stay over here and be quiet no longer. That was amazing, bro. That was absolutely amazing, bro. Don't lie to you.
That was amazing. I sent you a message, Mr. Artie. We ready for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I told it just to go. Oh, all right. So I'm messing up. Oh, all right. Oh, all right. All right. How you doing? A little different. Um, so to continue on with my little story, uh, so the kid, not only did I think I was a little different, but my family, they made me feel a little different. Um, they didn't mean to, I don't think.
Speaks his mind.
I don't think they meant to make me feel different, but it wasn't until I got outside around people who weren't my friends, right? And we get together, and I swear we watch X-Men, right? And the more we watch X-Men, the more I realize that all the people that I've met in my life were X-Men, right? And the biggest mistake that I had ever made in my life was not liking people for being them, and then got mad at people for not liking me for being me. So throughout my journey, as I met the other X-Men in my life, I realized my power was I could just feel stuff. I could feel everybody's power. I instantly knew what your power was as soon as I met you. I knew how you used it. I knew how you couldn't use it for some strange reason, right? And all the people I meet on a daily basis, I see them and I feel their powers and they inspire me. I never try to judge people because when I look at them and I see them, not only do their powers inspire me, but their powers literally give me the ability to be me. This isn't a piece. This is just actually how I feel. I went my whole life trying to find me until I met the X-Men. And every so often, I feel alone. But then one of my X-Men friends comes and they can't help but be them. And their power shines so bright that I kind of have a moment like, look at them. How dare you not show your power? How dare you not be you? How dare you say you want to inspire, but you don't even have what it takes to be you? God didn't give you your power for people to like you. Nah. God gave you your power to inspire. So sometimes you might look around and people may not give us the responses, or they might not give us the things that we think we appreciate as people, right? Directly. But as you keep moving on in your journey, just make sure when you look around and the people that, even some of them you can't touch, that what you leave on people is at least a bit of inspiration. Because we all have our power, we all have our abilities. But it's what we do with them. It's the proactiveness, it's the energy, it's the time we take to conjure up the ability to actually be ourselves. So when I say my power, don't think external. My power is being me. So I promise, for everybody watching now and who might see this, if you don't do anything else, oh my granny, just be yourself. Just be yourself. And I just need to get that off.
Let's go, y'all. Come on. Unmute your mics and breathe. Just be yourself. Y'all join me for a moment.
I love that, bro.
Unmute.
Thank you for
That was
saying that,
hot.
man. Yeah, that was so on point. And I think we all have those moments when we feel like, you know, are we being seen for who we are? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can we not have to put on a mask to walk into a room or to introduce ourselves to, the people in front of us? So I love that. And the power of knowing how special the people are around you.
Yes.
So that was dope.
No, I appreciate y'all for giving me space for that. That wasn't a part of my plan for the show, but as I sit and think about the aura and the energy on what we're using to create the space, I
Yeah.
can't think about cartoons and anime if I don't remember the people that made me feel cool about doing that shit. It wasn't
Yeah.
always cool to be a nerd. It wasn't always cool to be me. So as I look around, I'm so damn happy. I got so many people that fucking love me for just being me.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what it's about. It's about being true to your inner self. It's about loving yourself and the individual true inner self. That's what it's about. Do we have anyone else like to add some feedback at this moment to what you've heard tonight? The hero inside of his villainous. I swear I could fly. I know y'all heard that. And Weapon X. All right. Y'all quiet tonight. Y'all must be enjoying what y'all hearing. So we're going to continue on. Mr. Witz, I'm throwing the ball back to you, sir. I hear you, sidekick. That part.
They labeled me a bastard to renounce my throne, placing my soul in abandonment to the cloth that reproduced me, praying I would never find the hibernating king inside, only wishing me to see the lone wolf in my heart. They counted on my dying honorably for my country, the very same evil people who black watered my past, the cast that set fire to it with flaming arrows as I drifted a sea, leaving more of me to stream like oil stains, immiscible reflections underneath the rain. My loyalty humbles to the things I don't know, but my understanding awnings over my common sense to know better. So what I see comes in through my crown chakra, and out of the kingdom gates, my teeth fence my tongue behind. I'm the one they tried to silence, the one they tried to send off to an echoing wall, where the unwanted spoke to each other dreadful, pitilessly. Tears don't run the face of these mountainous rocks. The outer lining of these men are stone and steel. Any sign of weakness rotted through their cores long time ago. Any ripening projected from them will grow to be harvested as fruit by their peers. How I ended up here doesn't matter, only how I survived. Blood splatter, spewed on my knuckles, unsurrendered enemies, lifeless faces, my conscience coercing me in acts of violence to spare myself a grave. I succumbed to their claim. The bastard they labeled me. The animal instinct behoving of a wolf, one with lion's mane, lamb's wool, shoulder to shoulder across the back. Trust me, you don't want to see my raised hair advancing your direction with your reflection within my eyes. But something inside's me been keeping the hunter back. Something owning there's a better deed to be done. An obligation written in the components of my bloodline. While pride has my undivided aim at their throats, pedigree saves them from capital punishment. And intuition burns inside of me like a house of flying dragons. A village awaits me to take my rightful place, a leadership role. Your Majesty, counting on my blood to find a spear. The wind full of ancestors talking to me tells me without language, they have faith in me. They have already died for today to be possible, already sacrificed themselves to bravery. Live on in our memory, Halloween's like a ghost calling out to the night. Become the king you are meant to be. The crown vested in you carries with our praise, our name. So many times I've walked away from those voices, reflections in rippled water, Share my face with the sum of no one. There's no podium for a fool dog to plant, but I can't hide who I am inside.
You better say it. All right. Miss Betty, I got your message. I wasn't sure if you wanted to say something before you go to the young men. And anyone else that has some feedback?
I just think this is awesome and so cool. You guys. So keep it up. I just been kidnapped by 3 little boys. Unruly and well, I had to call it evening, but I wish I could stay. But I want to tell you, this has been and is a phenomenal, exciting evening. Props to you, Artie, Gifted, and Mr. Witz. One love.
Love you. One love. One love. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you. At this time, does anyone else have any feedback? Welcome, Queen Liberati. I saw you sneak in, young lady. Good to be here.
Thank you so much. I had to come through. I just got the text just now, so I said, let me stop through.
Thank you for being
Blessings to you guys.
blessings, blessings. AJ Houston, hello, hello. Did see you come in? Hello, hello. All right. None others. We're going to continue this beautiful space. Pick up where we left off with Mr. Artie Foxx. Rap is poetry.
How you doing? How you doing? All right, listen. I was kind of emotional, right? I don't want y'all to think that I'm only emotional, right? So we go continue the story, but pardon my emotions. I had a hard year, I had a long year, but I'm so proud of myself and the people around me because we all been through so much, but we just keep pushing on. We ball, yeah. But so it wasn't just comics, right? It wasn't just comics and anime that inspired me as a kid or made me feel like me. Disney movies. I love Disney movies. I love The Lion King. I love Little Mermaid. I loved Aladdin. To be honest, Aladdin was one of my favorite cartoons. I'm not sure why Aladdin drew me in so much, but yeah, this is a story. My pal Al. So as a kid, for some strange reason, I watched Disney movies, and I'd imagine I was Aladdin. I mean, dope vibes as he rode his magic carpet, cooling, but he was never lacking. I mean, he had a genie with smooth swag, they grooved, and yes, they was dragging. But when he drifted off, I can't help but to always become saddened. I mean, by the simple fact that he was in real life love with a snooty princess named Jasmine. I mean, let me drift off just for a second. Please don't hate before I continue the story. We're going to call this a Fox lesson. I mean, he was a Middle Eastern man, not even shoes were his feet, best friends with a damn monkey, traveled as far, they hardly even had food to eat. I mean, he was chased by guards through roads in the streets, no cars as he dashed through the desert. It was hot as can be. I mean, a street rat. He rose amongst the stars. I mean, he even had crazy battles with a crazy motherfucker named Jafar. And even after he upgraded, became a genie with only his monkey and his genie, he had another battle with Jafar. My point is, and finally, I'm glad y'all, I could be sharing. I mean, because love could push a man with the blessings of wishes oh so far. I mean, even with the assistance of Robin Williams and Will Smith getting the girls of his dream was hard as hell for Aladdin. That's some real shit. I mean, he changed his whole style. No longer a street rat. He didn't even want to steal shit. Now chasing royalty over poverty. His friends, they ain't even feel this. I mean, Al's style, like love, he let it control it all. I mean, movie after movie, Jasmine took his heart, journey to the stars. I mean, they sing songs, but Aladdin kept going. I mean, sidebar, Aladdin had 3 wishes. Why the hell didn't he just wish for 3? I mean, a whole new world, the stamina of a god, Or just imagine who Al could have been hitting. No offense, but it was me. I would have got 3 other chicks lost in Aladdin and Jasmine. They wouldn't have been able to see me. But as I grow up and be real with myself, I kind of wake up. I mean, clearly Aladdin loved Jasmine, something that I still haven't had. So I'm kind of hating on my guy Al. I mean, all jokes aside, and Al and all them wishes, they helped me kind of see love, the value of his travel. I mean, it was a whole new world as a kid, but those rides, it took my imagination way above. I mean, the streets and the bullshit I was seeing. I mean, to see what you could get no matter what your situation. I mean, magic inside and out. Y'all, Aladdin, he was so fucking patient. And I was hating. My pal Al. I'm glad he got Jasmine. I mean, I guess that's why I'm still writing these poems and waiting. Not these stuff. Thank y'all for listening.
Come on, Mr. Fox. Love you, bro. Word out. I smile crooked because the bitter inside me always wants to escape my teeth. They say revenge is a sweet taste. Unfortunately for me, it's always been whiskey sour. No matter how I chase it, I've had women say to me, I should smile more often. They probably just want to get a better look at my fangs, forking inside, imagining my vampire bites. When it comes to relationships these days, every woman seems to want to live more on the dangerous side. The last time my ivories seeped inside an apple, I fell in love with someone who was in love with someone else. Maybe the juice in the fruit was its way to aware me of its bleeding, dying at the touch of my claws outside of it. But if the white of it browns in the presence of air, it make perfect sense to why my situations were rotten. The compost of what was good to devour, with breasts, ass, and lip implants, fatting the culture, our being together didn't stand a chance. And I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. Sometimes I want to blame my loss of memory on the time I hit my head chasing girlfriends, the feminine classmates in the schoolyard. I still remember how leaping down on them led to the ground, greeting the soft spot of my head. It matters not how impenetrable my thick skin is against these fighting words. Love and lust can often be confusing, but in the end, you will know the difference. I guess you could say that Big Brother is a saber tooth. The way his watchful eye has a taste for evil, always wanting to bring the worst out of me, tempting me with all this low-hanging fruit. TikTok, YouTube, only fan pages, fake booty exercising, fitness visits. Do my eyes dagger the squat found within their stretches? Have they ripped the cell walling off of their flesh tones? I smile crooked because the bitter inside me always wants to escape my teeth. They say revenge is sweet, but how do you cheat someone you are no longer with? Must be payback, escapes the grooves of my palm prints, sealing me away from being him again. They say when a man gives his heart, only she who's held it can ever hold it again. Every other experience It's just another void-filling moment. No matter if she lets you kill the pussy, you feel like the prey she died for after the experience. It's a lonely ride, two-wheeling tracks like a Harley Davidson, running to and from past memories. Only the trailing cigar smoke knows where I've been. Ain't no point in anyone asking. So I keep to myself, wearing anger like a man in need of a bar fight. And women find it attractive. My repelling glare, stealing in their eyes. If only they knew I was frozen in time. It's a lonely strand of hair poking out of the face of a Wolverine, the hopeless romantic, hiding behind the eyes of a terrible beast.
All right, y'all, breathe it out, breathe it out. Oh my goodness, breathe it out. If only they knew I was frozen in time. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all throw up some hearts, some fire. Y'all still with us? Let me see those hearts. Yes, yes. Let me. Oh, clapping hands. I love it. Thank you. Y'all clapping hands and hearts. Yes, yes. Let me give you some of these comments that y'all been missing, maybe. Um, Mr. Fox said, we're going to call this a Fox lesson. Love that line. Somebody said it's definitely okay to have those emotions. I can't hide who I am inside. There was one here from, he speaks from the heart to head and then back to heart. Keep planting those seeds, Mr. Fox. I love poetry full of memories, intellect, and wisdom. That was to Mr. Witz. It's always cool to be me. Love that one. This is absolutely fire. We're going to keep this space colliding with those words. Let's welcome back Mr. Artie Foxx, Rap is Poetry.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Are we gonna continue this little journey? So, being as though, the whole Aladdin and trying to find love and shit like that. I think I've had love so many times, but I was at a place where I didn't understand love. So it came and it went and it came and it went. Um, yeah, this is one of my love came and it went. But call my Chico. Um, being only half from this world at a kid, I realized, well, I don't really give a fuck. I mean, told to be insane, Texaga, I would swing across the land, different clans, or I was always slaying stuff. I mean, humans and demons alike, they had big hate for me, no cap at all. It was raw, raw, raw. They was always saying stuff. I mean, assuming I would duck and hide until I started, raw, filleting stuff. I mean, Red fit like the Crips ops. Any disrespect, I felt I was on it. I mean, I was never playing tough. I mean, attack mode, I crack roads and terrains. It was wind scarred. Literally the ability to bend bars. I mean, sometimes I'd lash out, but all the demons and the humans alike would feel my pain. Well, that was till Kagome came. Then it was Sit Boy. Her light created shelter for my soul to grow together. We shared names. I mean, stress evaporated. It may seem plain. Water and air are paired together. We made rain. I mean, arrows of light to ignite the fires within my unwinnable fights. I mean, my sleep aid style oracle sheets made. She brought big Z's to my sleepless nights. I mean, changing worlds at a whim with details that help extend my life. So that she cloned Jewel, that most would die to have. I mean, plot twist was I didn't need to grab mines. She was that line, all in my cerebral grabs, all the right directions to walk through all those seamless paths. So fuck those shattered pieces. She filled all the holes in me. Even the dog demon blood that coursed through my veins never could take control of me. For her, I damn near fought gods. My ex's spirit, it couldn't even kiss the soul of me. I mean, Makagome could transcend time just to hold me. It took only the slightest touch of her angelic vibes just to fold me. I mean, endless battles with my brother Shishomaru. How did a normal human calm over 100 years of beef made to be deep sleep like what a coma do? So no matter how many hard times I may find myself surrounded by a billion beasts, I just want to be alone with you. So shard aside, you helped me find the softer side. I was lost. She off the cloth and me grow wise. She's saving me in times when other demons would often die. And she did it with the softest eyes. Though you would often cry, but you would remind me that all this hate was the cost of lives. I'm glad she didn't lie. I mean, I could actually extend this piece, but the half demon in me, he heard, sit, boy. So I had no choice but to end my piece. Peace.
My ex is a mutant. Her superpower was sucking the entire life out of me. I can honestly say I wanted her touch. I just wasn't prepared to die for it. I was so stimulated to be in her arms, not realizing how close she came to killing me. It took a needle and several pills for me to stop setting fire to the grass under trees. My ex is a mutant. Her superpower was raining down on me with lightning and thunder. I never saw her as a physical threat, yet her voice was a natural disaster waiting to happen. When I met her, all I saw was her sun-braised flesh. I thought she would be the perfect fair weather friend. She showed me the tornado in a woman's throat is devastating as a hurricane's wind. The banshee in her windpipe disrespect for me tore holes all through the love that I had for her. The way she split an ass out of my heart was significant to the quaking of the earth. My ex is a mute. She liked to play mind games, always trying to climb inside the thoughts in my head. I found out she was telekinetic. Seems she always knew what it was I hid. My ex was a rising phoenix, homing hell, a soaring bird with a fiery past. And she destroyed the house whenever she was upset. There'll be spilled over pots, books, broken glass, knives that left their impressions on walls, wreckage covered floors, hingeless doors, devastation I couldn't get used to. My ex is a mutant, a real life shapeshifter, a disguised body bearing many faces. In her expression of joy and pain, I never knew who I was coming home to. Still to this day, I can't figure what actions swayed her moods, forcing her to be who she chose to. She was happy when I met her, sad when I left, angry at everything, freaky when lit, diabolically low whenever shit didn't go her way. There's a scar on my chest that reveals the death, the consequence of treasuring her, the X marked spot of a hollow tomb she purposely left behind. My ex is a mute. The way she destroyed my ability to love is catastrophic. The perfect display of just how powerful and subjective she is.
All right, y'all. Yeah, there we go. Fire, fire. That piece was something. My ex, a mutant. We all can relate to ex like that. All right. Passing the baton to Mr. Artie Foxx. Rap is poetry.
So as I dip and dabble with love, in and out of different relationships, in the midst of those relationships, I found myself at a point where I was talking to myself a lot. And I came to the conclusion that my love life reminded me of the anime Full Metal Alchemist. I mean, because just like the law of equivalent exchange in the show, I wanted to get and give at any amount without worrying about the repercussions of the exchange. Because I want love to be unlimited. I don't want to have to give anything for it. But the way the world seems is like you have to give so much to get love. So it almost seems impossible sometimes. But yeah, this piece is called Alchemy. From the truth, the law of equivalent exchange. To get but give in an equal value, that's what the writing on the wall said. Plain. No one played about this law, and it was never games. And the biggest no-no was anything could be exchanged, but things for a human being. I mean, listen close, y'all. Anything could be exchanged except things for a human being. But on my mother, I couldn't fade that. After 1,000 lives loose, I had to find something like this. The truth had to give me some fucks up. At least one I could get back. So me, being hard-headed, I started the ritual. I mean, circles drawn, plans to bring my brother and my ex back. Like, if I give the truth a leg and an arm for the other, It might be cool. I mean, I wonder if he can match that. I mean, I was begging and pleading like truth to myself. Can you stress that? Like, if you don't give me one of them, I don't think I can take another step. Truth. Do you understand that? And then it got silent. I mean, smoke, flash. Ah, I grabbed my chest. My arm was gone. My leg wasn't there. I was bleeding. I'm laying there violent. I mean, all I could do was holler. And then it was more silence. I look around. I didn't see my brother and my ex. Well, they ain't come back. And then a very bloody middle finger pointed right towards the frame. I told y'all there was only one no law, and I disobeyed it. I messed around and played. And now I'm stuck living my life with only one arm and one leg. The same days running back. And once in a while, the truth pops up. Like, hey, even if it wasn't the only no-no, the things you lost, that middle finger was to remind you they are never coming back. That's my piece now.
This world is full of monsters, flesh eaters and bloodsuckers. We come a long way from the werewolves and vampires. This era of demons walking around will openly chew the marrow out your bones. For eons, they've been feasting, breeding, moving around in the shadows. But I see in the dark the savage inside them, longing to make a meal out of our ignorance. I could see the saliva dripping their canines like a glare in a thirsty smile. They want to kill me because of my eyes, for all that I've seen. My spirit exposed in the windows of my pupils, watching, awareing imminent dangers closer than you perceive. They want me dead because of all I see, the way I view things, the way I see them, slithering like a pit of snakes, scaling the surface like a pack of lizards, plaguing on misconception. They want me dead, so they've invested in gatekeepers, keepers of the crypt willing to do their bidding, hunters of the naive, slavers of the innocent, chipped and syringed with their biotechnology, a GMO harvest, through food, chronic byproducts. They have vegetated our way of thinking. And now it's time. They want to come out of hiding through a rise of power over a pacified mindset, wandered by a false pretense of what it means to succeed. A growing society of necromancy. They consider me a deviant, the keeper of conspiracy, a theorist that can't prove the meat of their existence. They've been here a long time, though, surviving on our sacrifice, wanting to kill me for my eyes, all because I see them slithering out the snake pit, scaling the surface like a pack of lizards, feasting on babies, our women, adolescents, anyone who can't defend themselves, the homeless, junkies, the sick, the elderly. I'm telling you, they want me dead because of the way I see things, light in the dark amongst their blindfolding evils, living out their secrecy, warring us against each other, harvesting on character by what it means to succeed, that false sense of successful that swallowed up in the mind of our youth, fattening themselves to become the food for the bellies of these reptilians. This world is full of monsters, flesh eaters and bloodsuckers. We've come a long way from the werewolves and vampires. This era of demons walking around will openly chew the marrowing out of your bones.
Woo! Come on, y'all. Let me see those hearts and fires and clapping hands again. This is fire. Listen, these young men tonight are giving us breath, soul, sci-fi, comics, anime. They're giving us life through their words, through their work. Again, I'm going to give y'all an opportunity to please share any feedback that you have at this time. We have another round, so feel free at this time. Give some feedback. Clapping hands and hearts and fires is good too. But feel free to unmute if you have something to say. Offer these gentlemen some feedback on their works. All right, y'all quiet tonight. We're going to move right into our next round. Mr. Artie Foxx. You ready, sir?
I sure am. Listen, Miss Giffley, we can let them be quiet. They can sit back. 'Cause I figure we got enough to say. You feel me? So they ain't got to say too much and nothing. You feel me? But as I continue my journey, one thing I didn't realize is that not only were there X-Men and people around me, but there were some X-Men that lived in my house. But me and my brothers and sisters were we had so many walls that we had built up to protect us from outside that we didn't realize that we started blocking the people inside from knowing us, from being able to love us, from being able to see our abilities, right? To be honest, it wasn't until me and my brother got older that I realized how much we were alike. It's like we almost had the same powers. I always felt like there was nobody in the world like me. And then I realized it was my little brother. But yeah, this poem is called My Black Brother. That being a big brother thing, I was never really the best with it. But literally last night, a jail call with my brother, I realized that throughout our life, we didn't even know what it was to be affectionate. I mean, I love my little brother. As a kid, we had matching vibes. I mean, was strong for my mom, and people would agree that we were kind of alike. But we always told us that we would never drift off. We would always see us. He was my Dragon Ball brother. I mean, but only we saw our best versions of us when we fused. I mean, I would always be Goku, and he'd play Vegeta. Somehow, our powers got over 9,000, and I forgot that we were the only people with the abilities to free us. But we get mad at each other. I don't know why we be sad at each other and go in attack mode like ew, your dark skin. African booty scratcher, you got that off skin. That bugs on, you can't even spray off skin. That why you look so rough? Your skin ain't soft shit. Nah, that purple and black, you get lost in the dark skin. And then he be mad and also be on attack mode. Like, ew, boy, you're light skin. You are not like us, like that song. You don't got that white skin, that soft look at your fist. I bet you can't fight skin. That your yellow ass bling, kind of shine in the night skin. That look at you, blending in with those crackers again. That damn near white skin. It kind of made us hate each other a little bit. I mean, a slave's mentality. So at a young age, we started to fade reality. I mean, before we left my mother's home, we started out behind. Me and my poverty-porn brother, we was messed up off shadows that we didn't even realize had invaded our minds. I mean, it was a bit hereditary because that same thing kind of affected my mind. I mean, I got praised more for the trouble I stirred up than ever being a strong black man. So I don't know why they got upset when I chose bullshit every time. I mean, the people that they wanted me to look up to in a direction that they expected me to climb. Like, why do they want us to fight so much? That was my brother. We was alike so much. The shit got crazy. I actually was ashamed. I mean, pain so sharp, it actually got strange. So many arguments and altercations between us, we forgot that our mother was the same. I mean, throughout our life, it started to affect our chi. I mean, our chakras. Our power levels start falling off. It was insane. I wish I had the same ability as the Flash. I'd run in circles like Speed Force. Can you bring back all the people in my life and all the things that me and my brother need you to change? Y'all, these thoughts consistently put me in a rage. Most times I sit by myself thinking, is this the shit that made my brother end up in a cage? And then I sit on the phone, mourning my lost grandmother, jail calls and tears running back. I mean, our lives were so the same. I mean, small differences. The presence of God and the lack of a father. I mean, my brother calling him out a super villain for his feelings and how we act. I'll be sure to tell him every time we are both forever heroes. Just make sure God colors our powers black. That's my piece.
The people of this planet have forgotten their purpose, propagandized the definition of what it means to be God's creation. In their manipulation of who they are, they have ignored the reason why. And anyone who speaks the truth is condemned as a violator of the freedom to rewrite the way of existence in a volume of evolution chosen by said people. The frequency of now vibrations are trebled to pitch in that very chaos. We're keying to the doorway of no, ledges at the receiving ear. What that means is we have lost our vision to the way we perceive space, reality, power, time, soul, and mind. Dread it, run from it. Destiny still arrives. They look at me like I'm wrong, view me as evil. For all that I do, they speak of as wicked. I only want to restore balance of this world within the universe. Sometimes I wish I could just snap my fingers and erase all the madness from this sphere. I've been everywhere and nowhere. Though in my travels, I've come to understand space is no more than the unit of measurement of an occupied or unoccupied area. Reality is the state of all things amongst us as they actually exist. Power merely is the ability to act in particular or influence the behavior of others. The mind is the element that enables awareness of the world through our experiences, the faculty of consciousness. Time is undefined, indefinite, the continued progress of all in existence, the past, present, and future pretense. And the soul is the spiritual or immaterial part of us, human and animal, regarded as immortal, exempt from the expiration of our physical bodies. While the world is on fire, your universe lies within your hollow grasp. The fact that you don't identify with not being able to touch it has you ignoring its potential. You've tried it your way, filled yourself 14,605 times or more. Is it small-minded of me to want to change things dramatically? You've been killing yourselves by the slightest eating habits. The people of this planet have forgotten their purpose, symbolize balance between the known and unknown, propagandize the importance of what it means to be God's creation. In their manipulation of who they are, they have ignored the reason why. Dread it, run from it, destiny still arrives. Fun isn't something one considers for balancing the universe. We have lost our vision to the way we perceive space, reality, time, power, soul, and mind. Blame is divine, as the free will to decide right from wrong in a conscious decision. But undeniably, action will be answered for with results, and some consequences will be viewed as punishment, and some may not receive just reward. I only want to restore the balance of this world within the universe. Sometimes I wish I could just snap my fingers and erase all the madness from despair. Death is coming, and with her is intrinsic control over the notion of life. Dread it, run from it. Destiny still arrives. Space, reality, time, power, soul, and mind. The ever-ending cycle. The obsolescence marathon. The biological map of the human race. You're already on it. The course to the infinity gauntlet.
You know, I think I'm gonna just keep the go on there. So my nieces and nephews, one of them my brother's kid, but he treat them all like his kids. He's one of those people that since I was younger, you know, he kind of used to tease me a bit for some of the nerdy stuff I would do, but I knew that he liked the same stuff. But when he went outside, unlike me, he cared what people thought about him. So it kind of created a small separation in us, growing up. But this piece is called "The Legacy I Live." Um, this is about him and his kids. Here we go. So, what do you want to be when you grow up? A poet. Duh, Uncle Fox. Y'all was shocked. I paused and then I looked down at my watch. All I heard was, "Doo." Welcome to the Baltimore City Correctional Center. And you have 3 minutes and 30 seconds till your special visit is over. Thank you. I never thought some of my best moments with my nephew could be here. I mean, cold stares like old snares, past pain playing, no matter what you hear. I mean, crazy made moments and vibes saying how important my job as an uncle while my brother was behind bars. Like I had to care. I mean, being a nerd or being uncool was something I was going to show his kids, make them very aware of all of who we are, no matter how hard it was. So why you want to be a poet? I asked my nephew with damn near tears in his eyes. Because I seen you do it, Uncle Fox. A couple minutes ago, y'all, my brother and his angry vibes, I thought I saw fear in his eyes. Nope. It was hope. Because for the first time, I could see clear in his eyes. For a second, we was lost. Tears from both our eyes. It was soft. I mean, I love your videos on YouTube and TikTok, Uncle Fox. Mom, she lets me see your IG. When I rap and do poems, well, it be you, but I see me. Did you get my memes, Uncle Fox? Some of your videos, you look kind of scary, but I know you're not mean, Uncle Fox. You know what I mean, Uncle Fox. And I nodded, because I do. And then I heard, bzzz. Good evening, visitors. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds left till your special visit is over. Bitch. I got a lot of voices. Can I post my music? One day, can I be streamed, Uncle Fox? I mean, seeing him stand there with his sister, nothing but good vibes and energy between them. Uncle Fox, you know what I mean? You're not just my favorite rapper, you're my favorite poet. And one day, I'm gonna do superhero poems just like you, except mine's gonna be way better than yours, and I know it. I'm thinking, my nephew, superhero poems? Ooh, I finally got a worthy op. I told my nephew, you better be ready, because I'm always on it. I mean, flowing, and you better hope God bless you. That's what I said. But it wasn't what I was doing. Y'all, I hugged him with tears, pure joy on my mama. They could flow on. Because for the first time in my life, I knew for a fact that the things I was doing was right. It was all because of how much I know God. No longer was I searching for validation. I could stop writing right now. And these vibes, my niece and nephew were going to take past the stars. I mean, no more predestinations. Our journey, we were crafting ours. I mean, mountains now made movable, unseen dreams because of the things that my mom told me I was doing too. Like, you better be yourself. Don't you worry about nobody else. And then I heard, bzzz. Good evening, folks. You have 30 seconds to go. Please make sure your table area is clean and last goodbyes are said. Thank you for attending our inmate graduation. To my brother and his son, I said, I've been worried about our family, how we living, our vibes, and thinking like, I be pushing, bro. But I don't know if I'm changing lives or adding to the bullshit, my actions becoming a place for the slackers to hide. I just want them to be themselves. I know everybody I can't help. My brother didn't say anything. Tell my nephew and my niece at the same time, they looked me right in the eyes. My niece, she's a little older and cocky. She said, Uncle Fox, get out of your head for a second. Are you listening, Uncle Fox? You believe in me. Be real. Me and my brother, we're a part of your legacy. You're going to be great at all the things you do and the places. Just live, Uncle Fox. And although Black lives might not matter much, I'm thinking that's debatable. My niece had a nerve to say, just live, Uncle Fox. And then I heard, "Bzzz." All inmates, make sure your cap and gowns are left in the visiting area. Thank you. And have a good night. Thank you for listening.
Definitely tugging at them heartstrings, bro. Loving hearing your journey. Ever since I was a kid, I enjoyed conversations with nature. I never thought I'd grow up talking to birds, shooting the breeze with trees and shit. I even exchanged dialect with insects. What can I say? I admire God's creations. Big or small, I realized this world was all they had. Though my observation came from the view of a dominant species, I never looked down on it. When I look at some of Earth's livestock, I feel imprisoned by gravity. I wonder if that's why man has experimented with so many animals, trying to invent a super mammal with mutant abilities to defy the laws, to break down and make up, compounding them to be designed the way they are. If I could have a superpower, I'd probably pick silver surfers, surfing the cosmos on a silver surfboard. I always wondered what life would be like, existing in another world, someplace with less greed and fewer ailments, a land with less aspirations to be a conqueror, a globe where people actually care for those residing next door, a surface where food grew freely in abundance, a home where quality weighs over quantity, where life has more value than product distribution, a place where flowers grew. It's hard to believe that only one planet can possess such beauty. There has to be more in all of the galaxies. So I'd ride my board over moon, rocks, and stars, through asteroids and meteors in search of a faraway world where war hasn't destroyed its crust, where its people haven't dug out its flesh to the core. There probably wouldn't be such a fight over land in a homeland where homeless is not in its language. I could see me now, riding a cloud wave of vibrant northern lights, kick turning, backside half pipe tricks, boarding, seeking out a thunderstorm I could see over top of, understanding its need to be. If I could have a superpower, it wouldn't be super strength. I wouldn't want the ability to walk through walls. I don't have a need to steal, fight, or kill anybody. Sometimes I just want to escape reality. So if I could, issue a little request. Silver Surfer, please loan me your board so I can spend the rest of my subsistence, surfing the cosmos for sanctuary on a silver surfboard.
So as I keep going on, besides my brother, I had a bunch of cousins. And the older we got, the more I realized that it wasn't just my brother, but a lot of the people that were my age and my family, well, we all had mutant abilities. But one power that we all had that was like hereditary to our family is that we were all fast. It was like we were a family full of the flashes, only that was our base power. We all could run fast. Some of us could run fast and were strong. Some of us could run fast and could fly. Some of us could run fast and could read minds, but we could all run fast. And no matter what we did, every morning would start the same. I mean, feet been planted, our souls merge with the soil. So, of course, our folks, the original land testers, I mean, way more than just slaves, which is why I walk around with joy so high. I am not carrying only my pain. No, 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 no. There are some smiles inside of me that I inherited from my ancestors. I mean, you hear all these stories about generational pain and no generational gain, but I am here to say that the thing that I got from my ancestors that made me this way is not being strong. No, no, that is not it. I am telling y'all now, like, wow. The best thing I ever inherited from all of my black face brothers and sisters, I swear to God, was they smiled like I had it. And I was glad, but y'all, we chased it as kids. We didn't know it was something that we already had. Like, we chased the sun. I mean, at peak hours, no hidden Mr. Golden, whatever he was holding, me and my brothers and sisters called my cousins. We took our marks from the start. And yes, we in fact raced the sun. I mean, all day, him literally leading every lap. This race, it felt even to us because though the rallies re-energized the lack of would be crazy, it was more about him leaving to us. So the pitter patter of our melanated souls surfing the surface mile after mile was in fact freedom to us. Like y'all, we chased the sun. I mean, no time taken to talk about whose skin tones were darker, only worries were water smacks and how our skills could get a bit more sharper. I mean, we learned to dodge bullets way before Neo was even walking, y'all. We raced the sun. I mean, over alleyways, broken buildings we scaled, needles, no nurses, we still were able to be alive. Broken bodies were covered in nails. We chased, nah, y'all, not saying sayings like, you won't see 18 or you're gonna be just like your dad. Could never affect my run. Getting all my gains from God and the green earth. It's soil my soul every day as I ready to pun. I mean, running into being that man. Ever before I actually got a chance to see that man, I mean, I was saving me. The whole time I was overlapping myself. Like, I'm not waiting for a father to come. Why? I was delaying me. I mean, when I lose this race, my journey, God, He was my father. And He made sure I won. I mean, Mr. Son, you better keep running because I hope you hear. Me and my brothers and sisters are coming. I mean, y'all, we chase the sun. Are y'all listening? We didn't just chase, but we race the sun. And after every race, we just smiled, remembered in all the things we inherited. It wasn't just our speed. Nah, it was the ability to smile. That's my piece.
Before I go into my final piece, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight, sharing in this space. And I hope you all get something from listening to these messages and our journey and experience through this life. Shout out to my brother Artie. It was an honor doing this with you, King. I was born this way, with this gift, destined to be a blessing and a version. It is all that I am, my life's mission, the ability to see and help achieve the potential of others. It's a gift and a curse, attractive as it is repellent. Some people don't want you to see them as they see themselves, no more so than to hear their internal whispers. But I wasn't born in the quiet. I was birthed to the bellows, the loud that comes from being out of body. But my frequency was different. When you heard screams, I simply heard voices. When you felt trouble, my implications were those of misguidance. When you saw hyperactivity, I saw kinetic energy. Can't help what I see. It's DNA encrypted in me, and it's against God's will to deny His grace. So I answer to the voices, to cry out for freedoms, the souls trapped in the cellars of their very being. And I know I can be harsh, insisting to assist you. So if I rolled up on you with my chest poked out, it wasn't to drive by or stop and frisk. I already know what it is you carry, what it is you conceal. The last thing I've come to do is disarm you. I know battling yourself can seem like injustice or the inner workings of your own civil war. The vessel is but a room for the soul to cleanse. Hiding inside yourself is like jailing your spirit. You were born to be free. So please, forgive me for every intrusion I have made of your mind. Whenever you felt my touch was unnecessary, the times you thought I was blinded by my own arrogance, I was just proud of who you've become, who you've grown into. Yet all you can see is my interference. Isn't that just like a student to despise the teacher who taught them how to use their own abilities, the prodigy to feel the need to challenge and exceed the skills possessed by their own mentor? I understand your challenge even before you present it, the want and need to take control, while your flight seems limited to balloon strength. Do you want me to let go? Maybe you're right. After all, it was I who sought you out in the first place.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Wicks, bro. I appreciate you. And Gifted, I really appreciate you. We had to switch up last minute, and you just slid right in there. Um, it's moving like magic. Everything happens like it's supposed to. So thank you. Um, so all the stories I've told, um, one of the connecting pieces, I mean, not the only one, but one of the ones, my mother and my grandmother, they are the Professor X of my life. If you watch the comic, Professor X had two sides. He was like the good Professor X, and there was this guy named Onslaught. And Onslaught was the side of Professor X that kind of merged with Magneto's brain, and it made him kind of like the evil side. So like the more aggressive, more like bad side, right? And I think my mom and grandma both have a mixture of both. So to me, my grandma and my mom was always like the Professor X in my life, and everybody else were the mutants. And they took care of the mutants and made sure we were good. And um, I lost my granny this year. That's not a poem that's not dedicated to her. There's not something in me. All the good that is in me, I am absolutely sure that it comes from my mother and my grandmother. Whatever that inherited thing was, the blood or whatever you get from your mom and your grandmother, it went right from my granny to my mom to me. All the good in me comes from them. Uh, so if nothing else, I dedicate this whole night to my grandmother, and it wouldn't be right if I don't end it with this piece. No. And today, I'm officially missing you. She was the first person, besides my mom, to show me, not tell me, that they believed in me. I mean, like help me build my happy from the inside out, balance all the bad stuff, like try to see the seed in me. I mean, but without her, I'm kind of feeling like a burdened wasteland, devoid of water, wildlife, and all the wonders that make the world worthwhile. Asking God out loud, like, how can I survive without something so vital? I mean, everyone else seems to be on point, basically on beat, but mine's, nope, my vibes aren't on idle. And I'm always so high, I guess trying to fade by my emotions, y'all. So I tend to lie. Those clouds, they're no longer lingering in the sky. I mean, all I hear is pain drops falling from my pen. So I stop. I mean, I stop because I no longer have the physical strength to move on without you. Every poem I be doing, low key and high key, be about you. So call it weak. I am now willing to admit it's going to take all of me to find some peace. I am tired of these mountaintops alone. There is no price for I am falling free. I mean, so far, I don't even know where I start. I mean, stolen right before it got swollen. how in heaven did God take a piece of my heart. And all I did was lay around punching hella holes in the wall. I don't even know what's true. So, Granny, if you're listening, I am officially missing you. That's my piece. Thank y'all for listening.
Mm. Talk about tears. Wow. Mm. Y'all, please give it up for Mr. Witz, the poet, and Artie Foxx. Rap is poetry. Show some love, y'all. Show some love.
Wow.
Yes.
That was a beautiful evening, man.
Yes.
Amazing.
Outstanding, outstanding work, gentlemen. I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this journey, of this walk, of this breath of words. It was not only sci-fi, anime, it was culture, it was love. It was beautiful. Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Today was a crazy day. Like as I'm doing this feature, I'm on the grill right now, and I got probably like three more, maybe four pieces of salmon left. But I'm literally running back and forth, helping feed my family right now because we actually had a recent pass of one of the people in my a friend of the family and shit, right? So as I'm sitting here, I promise I did not realize how much I needed to be here tonight. Like I'm sitting here, y'all. I didn't read these poems time and time again. Some of them are poems that I've had for so long because I'm anime and this is my life. This is who I am. Besides tonight, this is just me. But some of these poems were so hard for me to read tonight. And anytime my poetry gets hard for me, I know that it's in spaces that I need to let it out so much. So even besides this being a something we set up to be here, just thank y'all for creating a space for me to be able to feel something because I honestly ain't know that I needed to. I just wanted to come here and do some poetry with Mr. Witz. I ain't gonna lie. So thank you, Gifted. But thank everybody for being here. I needed this energy.
Yes. Yes, I feel you.
Love you, bro. Real talk. And you definitely got everybody emotional in this space right now. I know tonight was a challenge. You know, I know you had to do some things to physically take care of yourself, let alone the people around you that love and support you. So I commend you for being that strong, showing the superhero that God granted you to be. You know what I'm saying? Tonight was not an accident. Um, I'm glad that you put it in the universe that we should create a space together. Um, and it's funny because we went around quite a few loops to try to get this in a timely fashion. Um, and I could just listen to the display, the way things rolled out, um, had me in an emotional grasp all evening.
Yes.
You know, a lot of these pieces that I shared were new rights that I barely attempted to visit, but it was so crazy because I can honestly say I was so wrapped in listening to my counterpart that it made it easy for me.
Yes.
You made it easy for me, bro. I just want you to know that, and I thank you for sharing this space with me tonight.
Nah, it was definitely big love, bro. Definitely big energy. Like I said, bro, I ain't think I needed it that much. I mean, of course, we do events all the time, bro. This shit is my job now. So it'd be nothing. It'd be like, whatever, do some poems, bro. Like we gonna do the poetry, bro. Like it don't be like Not for real, but like, I probably wrote like 3 new poems or whatever. But all the other stuff was like old poetry. So it was like I done wrote. Not only have I read it, but I've read it to my family by now, and I've read it to strangers. I'm sitting in my house by myself. Ain't nobody in this motherfucker with me right now. Why was it so hard to read it by myself? So when I say thank y'all like so much because besides just now social media, I mean the people that I've met on these platforms have really gave me the ability to continue to grow. There's some days where I feel like, damn, is there any more space to grow? And I get in these spaces and I realize that it is an unlimited amount of space to grow. And it's not until I get around other people that are not only like me on the outside, but like me on the inside. So I appreciate y'all for being y'all because it literally makes me feel good about being who I am, bro. So much love to you, bro. Real shit, bro.
Indeed, bro. Indeed.
Oh, much love. Hey, Mike. Hey, Nichelle. Welcome to the space. Twan, your hand is up. Did you have something to add?
I did. Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Amazing. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here. Shout outs to Artie. He sent this to me and I told him I was gonna be here. I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
I already know. And he's a supporter to me, so why not? You know what I'm saying? So I want to say I can't even, to be honest with you, I can't wait till we get a copy of this because that'll be my chance to tell y'all the certain parts that I like. But in general, between Mr. Witz and Artie, you guys are fantastic. I don't even know what I was expecting because I don't necessarily always listen to or get an opportunity to listen to sci-fi or anime pieces from poets. So this was amazing. One thing I will say individually, Mr. Witz, I loved how you compared. It was both of y'all entendres everywhere. Okay, entendres flying. I was catching. I just couldn't write them. Okay, but with sci-fi, you made it so beautiful, and you compared it to life and experiences and stuff like that. Artie, you had used characters and comparing it to how we live, and in general, and rest in heaven to grandma. You know what I'm saying? I believe she was a beautiful soul. So much respects to her as well. But all in all, this was amazing. No, this was fantastic. Shout outs to Artie again. Artie, you're amazing. You know where it's at with me. And Mr. Witz, you got a new fan and support over here. And Gifted, girl, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'll be around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Much love to everybody. This was amazing. And shout out to Angel Kim. I know her too. Love you, girl. But this was amazing. You guys are amazing. I enjoyed this thoroughly, through and through.
Nah,
Thank
thank
you
you so
so
much.
much,
Oh,
sis.
it's at the same time.
Go ahead, babe. Go ahead.
No, I just thank you so much. Thanks everybody who said it. I know it's not. It's a Saturday night, right? And it's a thousand things. It was nice outside. There's a thousand things you can be doing besides on a Zoom right now, listening to people do poetry. So I appreciate y'all for even being in here and sitting in there hearing our story and actually giving some fucks. I know that I support a lot of people, but I don't support people so they can support me. No, that's not why I support. I support because I'm doing the shit that I want to do. So I super appreciate you for coming out to support me because I support you. Because to me, that's how it should work. It should be that way. We shouldn't have to beg and go out of our way. For the people who can make it, I love and appreciate y'all. For the people who couldn't, I don't feel any less or any way about it because I know as people, we all have our own lives. So thank y'all for coming and showing some love to us because what would we be doing talking to ourselves if y'all wasn't in here? So thank y'all for real.
I mean, I could find somebody to talk to. Sorry, that's too much.
Hey yo!
Nah, that was perfect. Gifted, you wanted to say something? No. Well,
Good. Thank
Ms. Twan, this is my first time encountering you as well. I'm gracious for you for receiving what you received tonight. Your presence was definitely necessary. Just thank you for pouring into us. We love you.
Oh, love y'all. Thank you. That was beautiful.
And listen, for those who want to digest what you've seen tonight, I believe Mr. Witz and Artie will be posting the video to YouTube. Make sure you go either like it and comment, share it for those who couldn't be here or missed it for whatever reason. This is how we show our love. Okay, so yes, it will be posted to YouTube on Mr. Witz the Poet on Artie Foxx's page within a day or so. So thanks.
Awesome. Well, again, we thank y'all. We're not gonna keep y'all through the night. Y'all, we definitely appreciate the time that y'all invested in us. The feedback that y'all was giving through the chat as the night progressed. All of that was welcome and truly appreciated. Again, I gotta reroute and thank our hostess tonight for doing such an amazing job. For keeping this space for us, and answering the call at the last minute to do so. We love you and appreciate you for that. I also got to give a special shout out to Angel Kim, who was pretty much with Artie and myself throughout the whole journey of putting this together, to creating our flyer for us and
Yeah.
helping us.
Andrew K.
Right,
Angel
right.
Kim.
And the conversation we had behind the scene when when we were discussing bringing this together. It's been a great experience because we actually didn't bounce our work off each other. None of that was premeditated. We just came in and gave y'all our perspectives of the art of what we enjoy to view and how we can make that comparison to the very lives we live. So
Amen.
again, with that being said, y'all, either you two want to have any closing words to wrap us up, we'll let these people go.
I just want to say, if you're not following, make sure that you follow Mr. Witz the Poet, Artie Foxx, Rappers Poetry, Angel Kim, Love and Lyrics, and myself, Gifted. Thank you all so much for coming. And Twan, that picture, that profile picture saying something. Your hair is fire. Okay, I just said it.
Thank you, girl. You know what I'm saying? I be trying over here. You know what I'm saying? No, excuse me. I be doing it. Thank you so much.
You be doing it. You be doing it. All right, y'all. This has been a wonderful night. Kendra, thank you for just bringing your energy in the space. Thank you all who have been here. The Honey Drippers, I saw them. Mr. Apple, AJ Houston, Blue Flames, the poet, Nemo, some words. Thank you all for coming and sharing this space. And all who were here earlier, Miss Betty, and those escape artists who had to leave out but were here to show their love. We thank them for being here. And sidekick. Yes. Thank you.
Spoken word.
Jane spoken word. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all who were here and shared this space throughout the evening. All right, let's get it, y'all. I tried to play the music, but it ain't coming through again. So we gotta make our own music. Hey, hey, hey.